All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, HaRakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule Great Millstone well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom, wa abba baba. It says in Hebrews 13, verse 12, wherefore Yahweh Shai also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate. So he had to be crucified, all right, outside the city and pretty much alone, right? So it says, let us go forth, therefore, unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach, all right, which some of us are going to actually have to go through what Yahweh went through, not exactly, but being arrested, being beat up, and pretty much enduring unto death. It says it in Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which Yahweh is he's the one speaking. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, the so-called white race, shall cast some of you into prison, because they're going to persecute us for this truth, that ye may be tried, prove that we believe, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. Do not stop believing, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop us from believing and confessing our belief. And I will give thee a crown of life. All right? He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. All right? But them that cause us vexation, they're going to be in that lake of fire. They're going to suffer that second death. All right? Which was built for the devil, the so-called white race, and their angels, which is the military. But you're going to have Jake in there in America because that they did not believe. It says in verse 14, for here have we no continuing city, because we're in slavery, all right? And we have nothing here. We can't own nothing. They're taking away your rights to own anything, to have anything. All right, soon they're going to make it mandatory that you're going to have a implantable microchip, the mark of the beast. All right? So we have no continuing city. Just right now, I've been bringing it out. You know, Colorado just passed a bill that pretty much they could take your kids away and transform them. All right? So we have no continuing city. Our city would be with our children growing and having children, growing and having children and enjoying them. But in this wicked-ass fucking city, America, Babylon the Great, they take you and break up your family and do all kinds of evil shit to you. See? But we seek one to come. So, of course, we don't want this place to continue. And that's why they want to persecute us, because we're not for their turn. We want a kingdom of righteousness to come. It says in Wisdom of Solomon, and this is dealing with the ungodly and how they reason. All right, they want to come up against the righteous man. It says in Wisdom of Solomon 2 verse 12, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. See, because we speak against that shit, what they want to do in their wickedness, right? We're against that, because we're the righteous. It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy and transgressings of our education, which they're going to teach the kids in Colorado to be transformer agreeable. It says, he professeth to have the knowledge of power, and he calleth himself a child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. See, they know the Lord is sending us here. The Lord is raising us up. The Lord is putting his word in our mouth, because the devil the so-called Caucasian, his end draweth nigh. 2 Ezra 15. All right. It says in verse 15 of wisdom of Solomon 2, he is grievous unto us, even to behold. That's why it says, great fear fell upon him, which saw them stand upon their feet. For his life is not like other men's, which we live, we have clean lives. His ways are of another fashion. We're not worldly. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just, he's prophesying, to be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father, and we have that through Yahushai. We are in the adoption. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. So they're going to try to come up against us to see if they could overcome us. All right? That's why that mark of the beast, all right, the hour of temptation, when you read that, go into the meaning of that word, temptation, it means experiment. They're going to try. They don't know. They think, but they don't realize. It says, for if the just man be the son of Yahweh through Yahushai, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. So some of us are going to be arrested, tortured, and put to death. But the Lord is going to be with us through it all, and we're going to complete our task exactly as it is written. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such things they did imagine and were deceived. Do you see that? They were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. See? So even though they know the Lord's going to fight for the righteous man, there's a demon on them to make them do what they know not to do. This man is powerful, don't touch him. But in their mind, they're like, hey, we got to kill this man. See? So they're not in control. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai is in control. All right? It says, as for the mysteries of power, they know them not. Neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, which they can't even beg for it. They can't find it. They can't buy it. Nor discern a reward for blameless souls. They don't even understand it. For Yahweh, through his son Yahushai, created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil, the so-called white race, came death into the world. And they that do hold on his side do find it. That's why those 2/3 are going to be in the lake of fire. Because they cleave to this devil. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help. Shalom to the elect. Wa ba ba ba.